preservation of capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downsides at the same time. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to AmericanDreamTrading.com's Futures Education and Trading Show. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com. We come to you each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. We're glad that you could be with us today for some education and training, and even some possibly live trading in the futures market. My name is Mark McC. I am a moderator here with American Dream Trading. I've been with them for 2 years. Actually, officially today is my 2-year anniversary. 2 years ago today, I joined American Dream Trading and haven't looked back ever since. I do this full time. This is my full-time vocation. I trade in the markets. I'm a day trader. I trade stocks, I trade stock options, and I trade futures. Recently, I've been more heavily focused on futures, especially since I'm teaching about it. So we're glad you could be here today. I just ask that you would like this channel, subscribe, and also share. If you'd share this feed out on your social medias, be greatly appreciated. We are live on TikTok, X, YouTube, Twitch, etc., LinkedIn, all the major social networks. So we're glad you could be here. If you'd share this feed so that others may know about us, it would be greatly appreciated. Again, my name is Mark McC. I am a moderator with American Dream Trading, which was created by Chad Christian a little over 4 years ago, let's say. He's been live every day for going on 2.5 years. And he created that. We call him Coach. So we very rarely call him by his real name because he is a coach. He teaches us his trading strategies and educates us on how to be successful trading in the stock market, whether it's trading individual stocks, stock options, futures, crypto, swing trading, long-term investing, retirement investing, you name it. He educates us on that. Coach teaches us the rules and principles that we need to adhere by to help us have a better chance of being more successful. And the ones that we find follow the rules and adhere to the education and the training that he provides tend to be more successful than those that don't. Believe me, I've broken plenty of the major rules that he has for us, which he has 8 of them. They're not real extensive or hard to understand. But when you break them rules, you usually end up paying for it financially. So while you're learning to do what we do here at American Dream Trading, we have everybody start out on a simulated account. You don't trade with real money while you're learning. That's just foolishness. You'll end up wrecking your account, and then you won't have any money to trade, and you'll end up quitting. You don't want to quit on yourself. So always start with a simulated account. All your brokers, whatever one you choose to use, provide you with a simulator account. That lets you get used to the software, lets you get used to entering a trade, exiting a trade, applying principles of trading, and learning how everything works before you even think about trading with real money. So never, ever, ever trade with real money. What you see here on my screen is a paper trading account, and I can get in here and play around all day long, right? So you can see down here it says paper trading. So this allows me to enter and exit trades when I'm supposed to, so I know the proper way to execute a buy order, execute a sell order, so that I can be profitable in the long run. You have to know the software that you're using. American Dream Trading, we use Webull as probably our number one that we use. I'll show you what the Webull looks like. That looks like this here. So this is a Webull software, and it has individual widgets. Each one of these little windows is a widget, and it's fully customizable. This is not the screen that I actually use to trade with. I have this up here for educational purposes, just to show you all the different stuff you can put on here. You can make this as complicated with 50 different widgets if that's what floats your boat, or you can have a very minimalist view also. And all these things, you can move them around, put them wherever you want, right? And to your liking. Generally, you'll find you'll start out, you'll put your widgets where you're at, and then over time, you'll keep moving around. You'll find, well, I use this widget a lot, but I don't never use that one, so I'm going to get rid of that, etc. And you'll develop over time. And you can save different ones for, if you could set one up for just stock trading, one for stock options, you can set one up for futures, however you want to do it. But they all are fully customizable, and not just Weeble. They all are. They all give you those customizational um, choices that you can do to make it to your pleasure. I use TradingView to do all my charting on personally. It's a personal preference. You can do it however you like. You can use your broker software to do that. I'm actually now I'm actually trading on TradingView because I can link my Weeble account, brokerage account, with TradingView. It does allow you to offer to link certain brokerages, not all, but a lot of them, to TradingView, and then you connect your account to it. And now I can trade on TradingView using my Weeble trading account. And it works very well. It's very simple and easy to do. I just recently went doing it this way full time within the last week, actually. I don't know why I didn't start earlier. Well, because I had to paper trade it for a while. I actually paper traded on TradingView with my Weeble account linked to it to give me the real-time data, but yet I was paper trading so that I could get used to clicking the buttons and whether to buy or sell, right, and do all the things and how to do my stop losses and those type of things. Didn't cost me a dime. I didn't lose a dollar doing this way. I did this for a good 3 weeks, and I'm an experienced trader. I wanted to make sure that I knew that I know that I know, and my knower that I know that I know, that I could perform the trades like I needed to within here. So, do you have to use this? No, you can use whatever you want. You don't have to use Weeble. Majority of in American Dream Trading do use Weeble. It's free. All you got to do is fund it. It's a broker, just like TOS. Probably the second largest group of people in our group trade with TOS, and they like that too. I've never had a TOS account, but just from anecdotal evidence from our members that have it, they love TOS, so that's another one to consider. They all have their benefits, right? Some of them have more bells and whistles than others. I like Weeble because it's pretty simple to use. It's pretty intuitive, once you figure out the basics of it, how to do things, and you don't have to be a computer programmer to run some of these things. So we're happy that you could be here with us today. Um, One of the things I do want to point out that neither I or anyone else associated with AmericanDreamTrading.com are licensed financial advisors. Anything that I say or show you on my screen is for educational purposes only. We can never give you financial investment or tax advice at any time. Purely educational purposes only. So whenever you're starting out, you want to start out paper trading. In other words, using a simulated account. It will execute your trades just like you were trading real money, but it's not. It's fake money. So TradingView lets you trade like 100,000 at a time, which you don't want to use that. You want to trade like you're going to really trade with your real account. Weeble, I think that you could trade up to $1 million in fake money. But again, why would you? You want to kind of mimic, if you have $1,000 account, well, then you only want to trade $1,000, right? Max. So you want to set up your account that way to reflect. It doesn't do you any good to trade $1 million. Oh, I made $25,000 on a trade. Well, you don't have $1 million account, so you wouldn't have made that much, right? You're on $1,000 account. So you want to kind of make your simulated account reflect what's real on your real account. Okay. So when you do that, let's be realistic, right? If you don't have $1 million account, don't trade $1 million account, even though you can, right? You're not impressing anybody. The purpose is not to see how many dollars you can make, because it's fake money. What's it matter? It doesn't matter. You can just buy one contract or everything. The idea is to teach you the mechanics and to give you confidence that you know how to use your whatever broker you choose. You know how to use their software. So that's the whole purpose of that. So how long should you paper trade? That's up to you. Some people are faster learners than others, right? However long it takes, that you have utmost confidence that no matter what, you can get out of a trade, get in and get out. There's usually 3 or 4 ways that to execute a trade within any broker software. You need to know how to do all those. Not only do you need to how to do it on your desktop or your laptop, if that's what you're using, but you also need to take your broker software and put it on your cell phone. You also need to take your broker software and put it on your tablet. You need backup ways of trading. If my computer decides to burn up, or somebody runs into a power pole, or a tree falls on a line, knocks the power out to my house, well, and if I'm in a trade, that's a bad thing. Have I lost power while I'm in a trade? Yeah, it just happened to me. When was that? Last week, I think. We had high winds when this winter weather was blowing in here, and it knocked the power out for about 2 hours. Now, I was in the live trade when that happened, and even though I have a battery backup system here, I still grabbed my cell phone and executed my trade. I managed the trade on my cell phone. I could do the same thing on my laptop, and I can also do it on my tablet. Always have a backup, right? Well, I don't want to pay $50 a month to have an extra cell phone. Well, you know, if you lose $50 in a trade, wouldn't it have paid for that backup system? So always have it, whatever form you want, have at least one form. And also, if you're trading within your house, I would highly suggest, like I do, having a UPC unit plugged into your trading computer so that you can, at least that gives you whatever time, 20 minutes maybe, it'll give you time to get in and out of a trade and close things down before you run out of power. So UPC is also a very good investment if you can afford it. I have I actually have 3 units in my house. I have one down here with my trading computer. I have one up there with upstairs in my wife's office with her computers and things in there. So she, when she's typing and doing the things that she does, that she doesn't run out of power and lose things. And I also have one where my TV and my router and all that's plugged in, so that my router stays going, so I don't lose internet. Again, till the power runs out, right? So uh, very good investment, especially if you're doing this for a living. If your living depends on you using a computer, whether it's day trading or, a lot of people now work from home, just like I am day trading. It's a well worth the investment to get one of those UPC units. I like mine. It works great. I don't even, matter of fact, if it wasn't for the lights actually going out, I wouldn't even know that the power went out. That's how fast that thing switches. It's like bam, and the screen don't even flicker. That's how fast it does. It's amazing. Um, so yeah, if I was sitting here in the dark and the power went out, I wouldn't even know it because my computer stay lit. So it does it so fast. So consider doing that for yourself if you depend on your computer systems for making a living. So always have a backup. As far as American Dream Trading goes, we do have membership levels available for just about any budget. We offer different packages, and each package has its own benefits. Opens more doors to you at each level. You can start with the base level and work your way up. We also have our free Discord. If you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com right now and sign up for our free Discord, that'll get you instant access to some of our stock lounges where you can interact with other members. Gives you instant access to our training materials and documents. We have videos and documents in there. Uh, get you access to discounts. One of them would be this Trading View. This Trading View that you see on my screen here, this is an independent software program. It nothing associated with American Dream Trading. It's one of the most widely used charting programs in the world, actually. I love it. It's nice visually. It does everything I need it to do and more. It's more advanced than most of what your brokers have to offer you. I just like it. It's widely used. It's well maintained. Customer support's excellent. So consider that. You don't have to have this. I like it. Part of your membership is you get these Coaches 2.0. This current version is 2.0 indicators, and what you see here on here is it helps you decide when to get in a trade. It helps you decide when to get out. It doesn't tell you to get in. It doesn't tell you to get out. You acquire those skills through training, education, and experience. So, but these are included with your membership. This only works with TradingView. It's an algorithm that Coach has developed based on his 33 years of being in the markets and trading and training, and it works very well. I make money with it every single day. I'm not telling you that if you buy this and get this, that you're going to guarantee to make money. It doesn't work that way. It's not just as simple of entering, but you have to take in everything else that this chart's telling you. There's a lot going on here. Let me give you a little 5-minute overview here of this video that will show you, give you a quick 5-minute overview of everything that American Dream Trading has to offer.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to americandreamtrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first, plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the TradingView indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to americandreamtrading.com.
And there you go. That's a quick overview of a lot of the membership services we have to offer. Um, some of them are paid, and we do have that free Discord. Head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com right now. Grab that free Discord. Once you get to the landing page, you scroll down a little bit, you can join our Discord for free. And like I said, you get instant access to check out everything that's there. Appreciate if you do that. Hey, if you do grab our free Discord today, pop that in and say, hey, I joined the free Discord today. If you put that in your social media chat boxes there. Speaking of your social media feeds, I will attempt to answer any question that you asked today. All you have to do is type it into your chat box, whether you're using TikTok, YouTube, whatever, right? If you'll type that in there, I will be able to answer your question as time allows. Anything you want to ask it, and we'll do our best to give you an answer. Don't claim that I know everything there is to know, but if I don't know, I'll find an answer and get back to you one way or the other. So we appreciate it. And once you get in our Discord, neither I or anyone else within American Dream Trading will ever DM you. We do not allow direct messaging each other within the group. We have all members have access to an open mic on their Zoom calls, which we have members in here right now. Matter of fact, guys and gals, if you want to open up your mics and say hi, let everybody know that you're here. There's real live people here besides me. Have at it.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Right?
Seems
Good.
like they getting a little more less camera
I'm
shine,
not
Mike.
able to talk much. I'm in the
What?
middle of a trade right now.
There you go. Concentrate on your
I'm
trade.
trading the micro E-mini S&P 500.
All right.
All right, William.
There you go. You in the red EWO, I hope. It formed.
Drag that stop down.
Yeah.
Yes, I was in the sell mode.
Okay. So what
Yeah.
we'll do, we'll talk about this real quick. Here's the S&P 500s, MES. It's the micro version, right? What he said was he's in the EWO. He's using Coach's 2.0 EWO strategy as part of the TradingView uh, membership. By being a member, a VIP Gold Futures or crypto member, paid member, you get this script. And what this is right down here, this is the EWO portion of it. What this does is it gives you lets you know, well, the basic is when the next bar is larger than the first, whenever it changes colors, whether it goes from green to red, red to green, that would be an entry point. Now, that's oversimplifying it, but that is when you should enter a trade based on the rest of your education and training. So what William looked at before he entered this trade, he wanted to know where the rest of his indicators were, strong ones. Well, number one, we got VWAP. VWAP's way up there. That's a good sign. The MA200's down here. Okay, and everything else is below these other indicators. So taking all of those indicators together and knowing where he has his chart charted out, he has lines drawn on his chart for different levels. Now, I covered that yesterday. How do you chart? Well, you can see there's different where these tend to stop at. So you can, pop a line on there real quick, right? I can draw any color line on there and make it white, whatever. So what you do then is you trade your different levels. And these levels, when I say levels, these are historic levels that it keeps hitting time after time. If I scroll back, I just drew this line on here. Okay. You can see, look how many times the candles parked there, touched it, right? came down and stopped. And this one actually broke through. This one came up, touched it, and bounced away. So look how good that line is, right? See how the times it comes. So that's a pretty strong level there. Even though I just now added it, I didn't have it on there. And look where it's at, is it always going to exactly hit the line? No. But look how many times even the wicks came down and touched this line. So the indicators here were saying it's in a downward trend. He traded it. Now what he's doing is he's deciding whether to get out of the trade. He probably already did, but I don't know. I'm not going to ask him. But it was in a downward trend. All the other indicators, as long as it stays below this 9 and 21, there's really no reason to get out of this trade. Are you going to have up and down movements? You sure will. Now, the other thing is it's getting towards the end of the day, so things are a little bit more risky, okay? So he's got to use more caution than he normally would, like in a morning trade, okay?
So, hey, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Mark, I got in a little early. I got in on the red candle that crossed over the 9, the
Okay.
21, and the 55. One just right there.
Okay.
And then, of course, my stop was, up just a little bit above that, right? 15 ticks. And I stopped out when the third green candle from the right touched the 9. So I moved my stop down to about 59.76-ish,
Okay.
something like that. If you move the candle over if you move your
Yep.
cursor over to the right a little bit,
Yep.
keep going.
Right there.
One more after that one.
Okay.
Right there.
Yep.
That's where I spent.
That's where you got out. That's a good trade,
So I
right?
made a little bit of money.
There you go. He made money from here down to here. That's all profit. He shorted. He played the short. Okay.
Yeah.
So from there to there, he made money. What he did is he got out when it broke one of his key indicators, which in this case was the 9. It broke above it, and now it's broke above the next one. Okay, so now this may go into an upward move. Now the trend is overall today is down, but that was a good trade. So he used this. Now he did jump the gun a little bit, but what he did was he used his education, training, and experience that he got when it broke just below these other key levels. So he actually didn't really wait for the EWO. He jumped in a little soon. Now it turned into one, right? But this was a good entry, irregardless, because he got in right here when it broke below these indicators, and he got to ride that all the way down. Even though it come back up a little bit, he rode that down, rode over. That's all pure profit, and that's literally, well, that's on a 1 minute candle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, 12 minutes he made X amount of dollars per contract, all because of using what he's been taught. Now it's going up. He could be scalping this up if he wanted to, right? He could have jumped right here, played. Not only do we make money when it goes down, we make money when it goes up because we're trained how to do that. So, on TikTok, is anybody over there? How was Bill's audio levels over there? I made some adjustments. Could you hear Bill okay while he was talking about his trade? Anybody over there could provide feedback, that would be appreciated. Oh, thank you very much, Tyler. He said your audio was good. I turned mine down a little bit today. I reviewed yesterday. It was a little loud, so hopefully I'm not as loud and echoey today. So still tweaking. So anyway, yeah, now this is coming up. Now it's coming back up to that critical level where it broke through again, right? So if he did scalp this back up, he's going to be cautious as it approaches this level. He may make a decision to get out. He may have his finger on the button right now, right? Decide whether he's going to lock in his profits and get out of the trade, maybe re-enter after it breaks through, or he can hang tight and see if it's going to break through. Hopefully he got out if he was in there scalping it. See, now it went back down. Now, this is the danger of going against the trend, right? That did climb. You could have capitalized on that trade, but the trend overall today, as you can see, is down, right? And anytime you try to go against the trend, you're going to pay the price sometimes, right? So you got to be careful whenever you're going against the trend. If you're going to go against a trend, you have to be very, very on top of your trading. You have to have experience to do that. The EWO is red. It did pull back up, but it was still lower than what he got in here, no matter how you look at it, right? So he got in here It did pull back up, so he took his profits. It's still a EW. You can see it's still lower than where he entered. So it's going back down. It's still profitable if you just stayed in this thing the whole time. Now, he chose to take his profits here and get out. He could always re-enter because it's still in a downtrend and be making money again. See how that works? Again, he didn't just learn to do this yesterday. He's had experience, right? He's done the work involved to help make himself a successful trader, and he did well. So, good job, Bill. Again, um, how's my audio level, guys? Is it loud? Pretty good? Just right? Not good enough? I adjusted. Take a peek at that or any of our paid members. You can take a quick look at listen on some of those socials. Be appreciated. So that's the power of the EWO. Everybody should be using the EWO, new traders. There's two basic strategies that Coach teaches. I mean, he's got a lot more than that, but are two that we use every day on a daily basis for trading on the momentum, up and down, would be the 2-minute EWO strategy and scalping. Scalping is very hard to do to be successful at it. You jump in at the wrong time, it can reverse on you in a hurry and take your money away. So that should uh, be reserved for experienced traders. 99.99% of new traders and most of the members that's in our community should be using the EWO. Back here, well, let's just go back. This is S&P 500. So if you even go back and review today, right? Let's go back. Here's what time was this today? This was 10 a.m. All right. So here's the start of this red downward EWO. Okay, slap a little line on there so you can see it better visually. So our rule is you get in whenever the next bar is larger than the first. Now it may not always be the second bar, but generally it is, but not always. This one is slightly larger, so it kind of qualifies. So we would have entered up here, and as you can see, kind of all jammed together a little bit there, but it broke below almost all the major indicators except for right here. So once it broke through, that even made that trade even better. So again, the entry point is clear up here. It'll follow this downward trend EWO. Again, we entered clear up here. I'm going to change this line. Let's make it some other color. Let's make it pink. How's that? All right. So you can see this line here. I'll make it real thick on purpose. Okay. And we'll make it a dash. How's that? So the entry point would have been, oops, sorry, wrong line. Entry point would have been here. Okay. I picked the wrong line. Again, down, red EWO. Did it say to get out at any time? No, it didn't say to get out at any time down to here. And it did come back up, but you would have shed along the way. If you had 10 contracts, you'd have got rid of some here. You would have let the other ones ride. If it went back up, you'd shed some here, lock in your profits. You can see it pulled back a little bit, but my entry point was clear up here, right? So I'm still in the profit between here and there. I gave up some on the remaining contracts that we were holding, but it didn't say to get out. It still stayed under this one key indicator here. It would take a lot of training experience for somebody to sit through this, but we have traders that do it every day. And that comes with time and experience and gaining patience in the trade. So you could have rode this out here, and it's still red. See, the indicator still tells you it's a red EWO. And you could have rode all that down there to here. And look, here's where it's switched. So you would have got out. You could have locked in your profits down here on this double bottom and waited for the next one to form, which is here. So I made all that profit from here to there. You do the math on those two levels. That is a boatload of money just on one contract from there to there, just by using Coach's 2.0 indicator. Here's a green EWO. You would have got in here, rode this up, came up to there. Is that as much money as the last one? No, but it was still a profitable trade. And you'd have got out, as it started to pull back and break below this indicator. Rinse and repeat. Some of them end up going flat once in a while, right? They're not all 100% winners, but the higher your percentage of success, once you understand how all these things work in conjunction with each other, right? This graph down here is just one piece of the pie. You got to take on all the other information that your charts tell you. Okay. So here's a red EWO that formed. Look, you got in up here. Look at this trade's going down. So person that entered this trade now and has rode this EW out has made money from here down to here already. It's not a lot of money yet. Well, it's not as much money as the other ones were, but it's still in a downward trend. It's below all the key indicators. So there's nothing that says to get out of this trade yet. Again, never attempt to mimic anything you see on my screen or anything that I say. You have to realize, even on TikTok and YouTube's, there's at least a 20 to 30-second delay. So anything I say could have already happened and changed by the time you see it. Never try to mimic any of these things that we talk about. All we can do is hurt you because you don't understand. If you don't understand what's going on, you should not be trying to copycat it anyway. So there you go. There's the power of the EWO. I mean, this applies to anything. What's this here? Canadian dollar in the U.S. Here's a downtrend here. I'm just picking one at random. Here's your entry point right here, right? There's where you got in. You would have rode this down. It's down below all these indicators. Had a big drop there. Now, in currency, that don't look like that's that far of a move, especially when you look at the dollar values. You know, it says, well, it was 70, well, your entry would have been here, 0.7004 cents. And if you happen to get out at the bottom, which you don't, would have been 69.88. Oh, that doesn't sound like a lot, but what you don't realize is that it pays you on the fourth digit. So every time that fourth digit goes up, you get paid per digit. It's not the big number, it's the fourth digit. But in currencies, there's a lot of money to be made in these little moves. It would, when you get into it and look at it, would shock you. But there again, EWO works no matter where you go. That's currencies. We just looked at the indices, the S&P. What else we got? I have oil here. There's crude oil. I'll give you a wider out picture instead of scrolling on every one. But see how these all go? I made them tighter. Okay. So if we use this one clear over here, right? Here's my entry point right there. EWO. There's my entry where I should enter at. It broke above all my basic indicators, right? That I'm watching the big picture on. Okay, oops. Let me fix that. I have that line locked. Could have rode that all the way up today, right? Got out whenever it pulled back. You know, here it peaked up here at my levels that I had marked. Came down. Here's some minor red ones. Could have played the red EWOs here, which would be your entry point, would have been there in the second bar. Again, I got these squished up. It's harder to see. But I would have got in here, rode that down. See, and then it's kind of pulled back a little bit. And it kind of still went up and pulled back a little bit. But really, the next big change, the big green, was here on this one. So I would have made money from here down to there. Rinse and repeat all day long. A lot of times you'll get 3 to 5 of these in an 8-hour trading period, right? There's another one green entry I would have got here. Just rode that up based on my indicators, made all that money up here. It kind of went flat, but I was still making money, right? Again, all you got to do is wait for these things to develop. It takes a lot of the stress off you. When do I get into a trade? Okay. You know, look at all these different chances I had to play up and down. Look at this one over here, right? This was one of these more recent ones right here today. So right there you go, right? That was at 11:30 today. There's where it tells me to get in. It doesn't tell me when to get out, but it gives you an indicator of this is a possible entry once you evaluate the rest of the big picture. Okay, where are my indicators, right? So I got VWAPs down here. There's a 200 going across. So right when this signal, I don't like calling it a signal. It's not a signal. You have to read it yourself. But right here is a 200. That's a very strong one, as is VWAP. So right when that one happened to change was right there to 200. Once it broke through that, look, that dropped. That's a lot of money right there also. Even clear over to here when it started to retrace. Again, then it went back to a positive one. So now I can go to, I'll just slide this over. There's my entry point there. I would have entered on the break above and rode that puppy all the way up. Look at all that money. That is a lot of money, folks. Just by having Coaches 2.0 indicators, following the 2-minute EWO strategy. Quite honestly, even our own paid members do not make full use of this as they should. People think they got to scalp or jump in and out all the time, and it's people like instant gratification. Well, with EWO, it teaches you patience. You have to sit there and wait for it to form. Right? You got all day. Oh, you got your time. Right? But it broke through. Look at the benefit of just being patient on the next one to form and getting in when it tells you should. Right? And by meaning on the second bar larger than the first, that is a good entry point because entry is the key to profits. If I get in clear up here, well, now I made profit from here to there, right? Or if I follow the 2-minute EWO strategy that Coach has developed, and this script, this logarithm that's been developed by American Dream Trading, by Coach's 33 years of trading and training and educating, um, we were able to get into at a good level and ride that baby all the way up. Never once did it really turn red again. Dip down a little bit, right? And we have a shedding technique. So if you have, like, say, 10 contracts or whatever, you shed 50% on the first major pullback, let the other ones ride it again. Whenever you have another pullback, shed another 20% of your holdings and let the runners run. If it pulls back again, shed another 10%, until that way, then you're all done. So anyway, I could have rode this all the way up, which I will tell you, I did today. I did well with oil and ES actually. And then here's the start of the red EWO to the downside. Now, again, I'm asking myself, where's my indicators at that I got to worry about? You have to be aware of the big picture and understand what these things mean. So on this one here, there's the 200. I got to be aware where that's at. And you can see in hindsight, it come down and hit that 200 MA, which is probably the second strongest indicator that you can use. VWAP is the strongest one. That's the most widely used worldwide. 200 MA is another one. That's what this line here is. So look what it did. It came down here. It respects that. See how it bounced on it, wouldn't break through. Went back up, then finally broke through it. Same way when it comes back up, it's going to test it when it comes back up a lot of times. Then it broke through, went up. So there's another perfect EWO entry. Boom. You rode that down all the way down. Doesn't say to get out. It did pull back, which you could have locked in, shed some of your holdings. Let the other ones run to see what happens. It did break through the 55, so there was no reason to get out of that trade. That's why you shed on a pullback. Now I only have 50% of my holding in that trade. I can let that thing run until I get a definite to where it shows it's switching. So then again, here's your switch up again. There's your second bar is larger than the first, would be my entry. Right now, this is an active EWO in oil. So I got in here, so I'm still profitable. I got in here, and it's up to here right now. So see how that works? That is worth the price of your membership right there. Just to be able to have these indicators. Once you understand them and use them, you can make a lot of money. Today what did I make today? I forget already. Doesn't matter. I made over $1,000 today. All right, by using these indicators, playing it. And I also scalped some too. I do scalp, but basically using the EWO. Everybody should use this. It just takes a lot of the stress and some of the decision making. It gives you a chance to think about the trade before you enter, because when you see, like, the first bar here, let me make this really big just so exaggerated a little bit for you. Okay, let me get rid of that. So again, I was talking about whenever the next bar is larger than the first, there's your first bar where it switched colors right there. And there's the second bar. So the next bar is larger than the first. It's not always that way. Sometimes you may have to wait. They don't really move. But in these cases, basically today, they are bigger than the others. So that's your entry point. So that reduces there's one less thing you got to think about on when should I get in a trade or not. And as you can see, it's very beneficial to be able to use this 2-minute EWO strategy that Coach has developed to get in and out of trades. Anybody have any questions about that EWO? You can type it in the chat there. I'll be more than happy to explain something if you don't understand the basics. Now, I gave you an oversimplified view of what it is. right? It all makes sense to me what's going on here, okay? Because I have the education, experience, and training to understand what all this means. And you'll get it too. It's not rocket science, but there is an art form to it. I appreciate. I see DJ Vinny over there. Thanks for sharing the feed there, DJ Vinny. See Ross and Prime Timbers over there on TikTok, and Jace and Ardrey and Lord Bartos. Thanks for coming back. And Tyler, of course, 404 error. And I see Ralph and Fred over there on and Mia on YouTube's. Nice to have you here. And always holding down the fort on Twitch is CVS Frog. Glad to have you here also. He's here every day. Appreciate you guys being here. So if you do have a question, feel free to type it in the chat box and we'll answer it for you. So anyway, this oil trade, if you watch it again, my entry point right here. That's where I should enter the trade right there. As you can see, still a profitable trade. Now, what I am watching, if I was in this, which I'm not, but if I was, I'm going to be watching. You can see there's a little bit of pullback. It's getting a little heavy at my level that I have drawn here. See how my level hit there? I didn't just draw this line. This has been here. Came up. These wicks are touching it. They're bouncing up, sort of like a fly inside your car trying to bump its head against the windshield to get out, right? It's going to keep banging, 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 right? So it's either they're going to get frustrated eventually and sell off, or they're going to say, well, it's not going any higher, I'm getting out. I'm not going to sit here all day, I'm going to sell out. So you'll see this 9 EMA, it'll start to get heavy. And now it's breaking below it. It's still not time quite yet to get out. This 21 indicator, I may want to take my profits because now right now I'm at a break even. But I want to give it just a little bit of time to see if this doesn't retrace back up again. Again, that's part of the risk tolerance, even though technically I would be if I didn't take my profit up here when it broke back through, I could have locked in my profits when it was pulling back because you use your levels as points of decision also. So when you draw lines on your chart, those are your points of decisions. So anyhow, so I could be patient here. You can see it's kind of touching the 21 here. This may not end up going well, and you'd exit the trade. So that's on oil. Then here you got the Russell 2000. I mean, this applies to everything. I just showed you currencies. Here's Bitcoin. Same thing. Downward. It's in a downward trend all day. I actually played this Bitcoin for the first time today. I've never played Bitcoin in the futures market. I've owned Bitcoin, but I've never traded it before today. Well, here's a key entry point right here. Here's the beginning of the day today. It was in a red EWO. And look, it's been down. Well, this is about 15 minutes in. But it broke. The point is, it broke below my key indicators. I've never traded this before a day in my life. But I knew it broke all my major indicators. So any time here, I can play the EWO, or I could even get in there and scalp it. Now, I did scalp it. I played, again, I don't remember exactly where I got in. I think I got in here somewhere. I got in late. I just exited one trade I was already in. So I've been wanting to try to trade this. I hadn't done it before, so I was like, well, I'll jump in. I'll scalp it. All the indicators gave me a good reason to enter this trade late. Instead of an EWO, I decided to go into scalp. I think I went to, I don't know. Again, it doesn't matter exactly where I got in, but I got in and I wrote it down to the next level, and I made $27 on one contract. That's simple, in about 10 minutes. You do the math. What's 27 in 10 minutes? There's 6 of those in an hour. How much are you getting paid an hour? That paid very well. And that only cost me, a couple bucks actually cost to make that trade. So it was a good trade, and it's still in a downward trend, right? I could have got in that, stayed in there. Look at that. It's still running down. It has had some pullbacks. But if you have a good entry, if I would have got in EWO up here, right? That's this line right here. Let me make that a dash line. There would have been actually no real need for me to ever get out of this trade, even though it had some pullbacks, because I got in clear up here. So everything below this dotted line today is profit. So what do I care if it pulls back a little bit, right? Other than I'm giving up a little bit of profit, but really I didn't, because it's continued, even though there were some temporary pullbacks right here, right? It's still lower than it was because EWO is still telling me to stay. There was a pullback here, but it's still in a downward trend. So I have all this profit from here to here today if I'd have stayed in that. That's why entry is the key. And that's what the EWO, 2-minute EWO strategy gives you, is it alerts you to a possible, based on the rest of the things that's going on your chart, is a possible good entry. And if you can do that, learn to trust it, prove it, you'll see that it does work. So there was really, if I'd have got in it, which I didn't, but if I had, by following it, right, I would still be in this trade for the whole dire since whenever that was. 9:46 this morning till now. It's going on 3 o'clock. Been a downtrend ever since. Again, that's quite a bit of money there, folks, be made per contract. Does it seem like I'm pushing the 2-minute EWO strategy? You doggone right I am. I'm not ashamed of it either. I believe in it. I've proven it worked. As tens of thousands of other people have proved it works, and it's based on coaches' trading strategy. The 2-minute EWO. There's the MES, which is a standard of poor. We were covering these trades earlier today with our live paid members. Early, we start training and trading together as a group at 2 hours. We start at noon, so every day they're getting 4 hours of training and trading. So these are some of the other EWOs we looked at today. Here's one at around 10. I was in this one. I rode this one from right here. I got in a little bit late, but I got in here and rode that sucker clear down to there. By doing that, between that and one other trade, I added another, whatever it was I had. I don't remember. It's not important. I made $1,400 today. This was one of the major contributors to it. Is this tear downtrend? It stayed down and just dropped like a rock. And I played it. I did scalp it a couple other little times. I think I scalped this here a little bit. Wasn't a roll long. So by trusting what the indicators are showing you, you can see this one here was extremely profitable, right? It was a major pullback, but it still ended up in a downtrend. Pulled back up here again. But again, if I'm up here, if I get entry is the key to profits. If I got in up here, I don't care about all this other stuff. I can stomach some of these pullbacks, right? So that was on that. There's the Russell 2000. Again, another indice. This is a small cap stocks. Okay, it kind of mimicked the S&P 500 today. You see that it dropped like a rock, just like the other ones did. Again, same thing. Very extremely profitable. Had I got in, this makes a lot of your decision making easier. Could have got in, rode that puppy all the way down. Sold off on some of the pullbacks. Again, rode it. It's been in a downtrend all day, right? Kind of flat recently, but it's still in a downtrend. Good. Doug, you got your hand up. One of our paid members who always has access to an open mic. Go ahead, Doug.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a little muffled, but that's your mic. Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that. On the Weeble app,
Mm-hmm.
your stocks, you've got extended hours where you can shade out certain areas, but on the futures, is there a way that we can get market times to show up in shaded areas on that app?
Yeah, I mean, there's session times. I believe I haven't done. I know you can do it on TradingView. You can actually set session times in TradingView. Aaron covered that with us one day. There's a way. I haven't done it, but there is a way that you can put the actual, so there shows nothing between 4 and 5 Central. You know what I mean? And it'll actually
I
break.
did that on TradingView.
Yeah.
And I like it.
No, Weeble, yes, you can do it by session. I don't know if you can break it. I don't know. Well, Aaron's not in here right now, but I know you can do pre-market and after-market and open market. Those three. Have I tried it with the futures market? No, I haven't. Unfortunately, I have not done that.
Well, on the app, when you're looking at the bottom scale and you've got the EXT there,
Mhm.
the extended time,
Yep,
extended trading time
down here, right, and night.
at night. Well, futures, you can pretty much trade all day long.
Right, 23 hours a day.
But what I was really looking for is I wanted to break out the London time, US market time, just try and look at trends based on their market trends. See
Mhm.
if I could, get to know the MES a little bit more intimately. It seems to be, I seem to be doing well on it, so I want to learn more about it and segregate it out like we're
Yeah.
talking.
I mean, yes, you can take your Weeble and at least I can't answer that question. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I know you can do it on TradingView, break it up
Mhm,
that way.
mhm.
You can. I know you can break it up at least three ways: the regular market, the aftermarket, and the pre-market, which is 4 to 9:30, 9:30 to 4, and then 4 to 8. You can make your backgrounds. You can separate so they're different colors, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
you can make it like it's a tip, black background. You can make it a lighter black, gray, or something so that when you scroll across, it differentiates. Easy for me to say. Shows you, when you scroll that you're in that other time period, but that, as far as the future, that's I do not know. I do not know the answer to that.
I
I
don't
d-
I don't know that it can. I've looked around in there. That's why I'm asking, and
yeah,
I'm not seeing anything that's helping in that direction.
yeah. TradingView does give you that option to do that.
Hmm.
But maybe if I ever get a chance here, I'll look into that. I used to have mine different colors for the pre-market, regular market, and aftermarket, and I just did away with it. It doesn't really matter to me personally. It's personal preference, right?
Well,
Um,
once you have a large enough account, you can trade all times of day. It doesn't matter
yeah, right.
really. Just
Yeah,
it's just your intraday margin and your extended
correct.
margin, your overnight margins.
Right. Yep. But a lot of people do like that. That's why they offer it to you. You can have different colors for different time periods, right? Instead of having this solid black 24 hours a day, whenever the other trading period opens, it will be you can change your color to whatever you want, right? You can make it hot pink if you want your background hot pink. But yeah, you can do that on trading for sure, and you can do that at least three trading periods: pre-market, regular market, and aftermarket on Webull. I don't know how to answer that about the futures. If anybody does know, feel free to speak up.
I'll send Weevil an email and ask them and
Yeah, well, yeah, there you
let
go.
you know
Yeah,
if I find any information.
yep, you can use their chat feature and they'll answer it. Just type in the chat box. Eventually, somebody will get back to you. One probably won't be today now. We're about to enter the last major trading hour of the day for the open markets, which is what is called power hour, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Most volatile time of the day. People are going to get out of their positions they've been holding before the end of the day, take their profits, take their ball, and go home. If it happens to drop enough, the prices when people are selling it, get out of it, it may also turn around when it hits a certain level and it will spur buying frenzy. So it could very easily drop a lot and then turn around and go right back up because of that. So people can get it on sale. So good. That's a question there. Let me know what you find out. They do have Weeble does have good customer service. You can call them on the phone. Of course, it's like anything else. You got to wait in line on the hold, right? I don't usually call them. I just type it in the chat box, especially if it's not a life-altering event, something like that, right? You want a informational. I just will type in the chat box, ask my question, and they will get back to you pretty quickly. Probably won't be today, but it might be. You never know. Depends how many questions they're getting. So RBH5, DJ Vinny says, what is RA? Is that gasoline in there, Vinny? Again, I haven't looked at it yet. What is RB? RB is gasoline futures. All right, well, DJ's telling me about gas. He has a lot of gas because he's an old guy, and us old guys get lots of gas. But Vinny's been making money off of gas, actually, gasoline. He's been playing the gasoline futures. I haven't looked at it. He's been telling me about it, and I haven't went and looked myself. Keep forgetting. Matter of fact, oh yeah, I did write myself a note. There's a note right here in front of my face. Look at gasoline. I do have some lines on it. I don't know why. How I got lines on it. Oh, I got a whole bunch of lines. But apparently, I looked at it. I've never traded it myself. Yeah, that's got a lot of nice movement up and down on it. That's what you want to see when you're trading. I mean, it's nice to have one that goes straight to the moon or straight down to the basement, right? But it does have a lot of nice up and downs to it, and that's what you want to see when you're a day trader. You want to trade on momentum, whether it's up or whether it's down, right? Or trade it when it's going up, and you turn around and trade it when it's going down. You turn around and trade it when it goes back up and down. So you make money both ways. You can sit there and do that all day long. Using Coach's EWO strategy, you can see here, there's the green up, there's the red down, there's a smaller green up. Now, you wouldn't have made as much money here, right? Because it was kind of flat and consolidated. But then here's the start of the other EWO where it dropped, right? You could have made all that money there. There's a little bit of a green one, very weak. But as you can see, I wouldn't enter this one for sure because everything jammed together there. But now I got a green EWO. Would I be playing this now? I don't know that I would. I don't know how it moves at the end of the day. So as of today, I would not enter this trade personally. That's just me because I haven't traded gasoline. I don't know how it moves. And by the way, that's on a 5 minute. But anyway, you'll see it's the same basically. I just put it on some reason it was on a 5 minute. Um, so I play that up and down. See, I would wait for a breakthrough here up before I would even think about jumping in that because I got my 200 MA, I got VWAP, they're all just smacked together. Now that's a good thing. Actually, Coach loves it when you get this jammed up like this because it doesn't have to move very far to get either all the way above the indicators or get all the way below them, right? So if this goes up, it's above all the indicators. If this comes down to here, it's below all the indicators. So that's a potential good setup. That was something I just learned from him recently. He was telling us, everybody else was saying, well, I wouldn't get in, it's all jammed up. Well, no, that's the wrong way to think about it. It doesn't have to go very far, right, to break up above it. Because this is what's stopping this 200 and this VWAP level, the two strongest indicators there are, okay? It's holding it down. It's holding the man down, okay? It's going to take some volume to push up and break through that. Enough people are going to have to quit being afraid of the VWAP and the 200 and start buying in for it to break through. But what if it happens? If it sits here too long, what's going to happen? People are going to say, well, nobody wants to buy it and make the price go up, so I'm just going to start selling my position, which is a good thing, too, because now it'll force the price down, and it'll come down here, and once it breaks below here, that is an excellent downward trade. So, and I've never traded gas, and I'm just telling you, I'm reading this chart, reading the candles, reading the indicators. I wouldn't be afraid to jump in this trade when everything I just said takes place. But right now, I wouldn't touch it. That's me, right? It's in a no man's land right now, waiting on a decision. And we are running out of time for the end of the day, right? Power hour. This thing could really get volatile. See how the nine's getting heavy, it's starting to bend down. That's a good sign. Maybe it's going to push down. So, yes. DJ Vinny said he did very well on gasoline paper trading this morning. So, I am going to have to look into that. I got myself a note wrote here. I don't even know what the tick value is or anything, Vinny. I haven't looked at it. And then I forgot to switch my screen while I was telling you all these things. Sorry about that. Okay. Here's what I was talking about. If I forget to switch my screen, holler at me. Yeah, so here's all my indicators. Is the 9 and VWAP and the 200 are all jammed together. So if this goes up, breaks above that a little bit, that reduces a lot of barriers to upward movement. If it breaks down this little bit down here, that is removing all barriers to downhill movement. So this could go either way. It's trapped right now. There it is. There's a candle there. So, we can sit here and watch this and see what happens, but that is on a 2-minute chart. So, yep, good. That's a good thing to point out. Hi, Miranda, one of our moderators. I see her in the TikTok live chat. Good to have you with us, Miranda. She does a lot of the work. She's one of the 3 or 4 that keep the wheels turning behind the scene. It takes a lot of grease and oil and antifreeze to keep this machine running. We are a legal corporation, so there's a lot of back office work that you got to do to keep things running, answering help tickets, and processing payments, and all that kind of thing. So she's on Team No Sleep also. She doesn't sleep. We may lay down and look like we're sleeping, but we really don't ever sleep. When we joke, we're all Team No Sleep. Now, especially since I can trade futures 23 hours a day. If I can't sleep, I just get up and trade. I didn't today, though. But I did trade last night, even though the volume was low. I finally gave up after a while. I made like 80, 90 bucks. And I'm like, that's enough. I ain't sitting here watching this anymore tonight. I went to bed. Got up this morning. So I had a good day. I've had a good year so far. Actually, I've exceeded my goals. Not that I really have a goal, because I know I can make the money in the long run. If I have a bad day, so be it, right? Um, anyway, yeah, let me. I need to add that. The reason I keep forgetting about that is I don't have that on my. That's under energy. I take it. Let me put that on my. I don't even have a book that one even on my favorites. Let me spend a second here to find gasoline. Go RB. Main. I'm going to add that to my watch list so I don't forget. There we go. Now I have it on my list. Now I'll be able to see it when I look at my widget. So what I did was over here, it's very easy when you want to watch something. I have a watch list right here on my Weeble screen, okay? And I can't even see where I'm pointing at here, okay? So over here, I have a watch list of things I like to trade, right? My favorites. And what's going on here? Oh, I got this stuff overlaying it. Sorry, here, let me move this out of the way so you can see. These out of the way. There we go. This is my watch list widget. Okay. Shows I like trading Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, the NASDAQ, the Russell, the S&P, the Euro, the British pound, gold, silver, crude oil, Bitcoin, ether. Now I just added gasoline. I also have soybean on there. I haven't traded soybean for a week or two anyway, at least. Now, see, all I had to do was bring up my chart. Then I can right click, say add to watch list, and I pick futures. See, I have different watch lists here, but this is my futures one. I right clicked and it automatically adds it to there. Now it's in front of my face. I'll remember to look at it and get my chart charted out so that I have a good chart that I can trade off of. I have some lines on this one, but again, I don't know when I did this. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and erase these now so that uh, sometime in the future, if I go to trade this, I don't get fooled by this one here. Hide, remove all drawings, and then remove drawings. So now there again, I blanked my chart out. It was that simple, not easy. Now I don't have no lines, so I'll have to go back. And what I'll do, I'll show you here real quick. I can do it while you're watching. All right. So I will. Let me go back here. Keep forgetting to switch screens. I'm using too many different programs. So I just blanked out my chart here on TradingView. I went here, clicked this trash can. It said remove drawings, which I did. So now I have a chart with no lines on it. Now I can't trade. I won't trade this because I don't know my levels. Now I could go by the indicators that I have. I could trade that way, but I don't feel comfortable that way. So what I'll do is I'll put this, me personally, everybody does it different. Some people start with a day, right? So what I'm going to do is, let me stretch this out a little bit more just so I have a little bit wider view here. Okay. So what I'll do is I personally, some people, like I say, will start with a day chart. I like to put mine on a 4 hour, just a personal preference. So you want to go out as a longer time zone. Now I'll start over here at the current time. All right, here's a peak right here, right now. So what I'll do is I'll just throw a line on here so you can on button. Yeah, I just started learning to do this yesterday. No. So anyway, I'll go here and I'll slap a line on it. Oh, wait a minute. I got it on height here. All right, so there's my line I just put on there. Let me change that back to solid lines. So this is a peak. Now what I'm going to do real quick, because I have a bigger view, is this a good top out here? So what I'm going to do is scroll back real quick. Okay, right there. I maybe tweak that up to that candle right there. I'll scroll across, find other points. Does it hit that consistently? Right, you can see here it popped up through it. Right there, some levels. I might want to tweak that just a hair, maybe I'll just right there to capture a few more of those candles. So I'll just keep doing that, right? Okay, and I'll scroll across. Now there's right here. Okay, so now here back in history. Again, each one of these little candles is 4 hours, so 2 of them is a day. So here it came down, you can see it touched. It broke through a little bit, but it touched. That's a good line. Here, come down, the wick barely got it. This one here, it stopped there also. So I've seen enough points of reference that that is a good level of support or resistance, and I'll just continue to do that. I'll go down to my next one. What about this one here? Is this maybe too tight? I don't know. What is that? I don't know what the range is on gas, 2 cents. But let me pop a line on there and I'll look across real quick. Is there other places it hits beside here? Well, look, right there. Right there's a place it hits. These ones kind of blew by it. This one kind of stopped there briefly. Look, right here, just drew that line right there. It came down, stopped, and touched. So I think that's a good line, right? So I just keep doing that, rinse and repeating. And I'll just I'm not going to sit here all day and do this, but it only literally, I can go through here and pop lines on in a matter of minutes. I can chart out everything I need to know in a matter of minutes, okay? I'm explaining it, so it's taking a little longer, right? Because I'm trying to walk you through it. But I can see these peaks up and down is what you want to mark. Now that I got my 4 hours, what I do personally is I'll go to a 2 minute chart now. So now I not only have my 4 hour lines, now now I'm going to do 2 minutes. It's a shorter time period, right? So now I'm going to expand this out a little bit. Let me reset my chart here. So now I'm going to do the same thing that I just did. I'm going to find on a 2 minute time period, right? Right here's a peak. There's a couple candles hit there. Sometimes it's just easier to pop a line on there temporarily to see. Does it hit quite a bit? Yeah, it's there. Kind of teased there a little bit. Blew through it there. Here, you can see it kind of come up, bounced up against it, didn't break through. Here, it broke through here. It paused there. So look at these ones here. See how it rode that? All right, that's a great line there too. I'm confident in that. So I can do the same thing over and over and over again until I get, my lines where I want them at, right? And you just do this now whenever I go to actively trade this, if I ever do, right? Not saying I will, but there's no reason I can't, because once you have a good chart with active good lines on it, now you have information to go by, right? Can you drive from Florida, Miami, Florida, to Anchorage, Alaska without a map, without a GPS, right? Well, there's going to be some signs along the way, but if you don't really know for sure and have planned out ahead of time, it's going to be harder to do, right? So all I'm doing here is mapping out, levels that it consistently hits. This gives me something to trade with. Now, if I want to put this on a 1 minute too, I can do that. It's all personal preference how you do it, right? I'm not going to say you have to do it my way. A lot of people do. They do every one. They'll do day, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, whatever, right? But now I have something that I can gauge the movement of gasoline futures that I could successfully trade this right now. Okay. So if I wanted to enter this trade gasoline right now, I could with some sort of confidence. Now I'll go back and I did that real quick, but I would review my lines. But you see, some of them might need tweaked a little bit, but they don't. It's just like I said before. Trading is sort of like throwing hand grenades, right? Hand grenade goes off and gets everything within a certain area, so it's not close is good. It ain't always hit it exactly, but it does. So when I enter this trade right now, well, it's on a downward trend. The problem is here is the 200 MA. That's one of my strong indicators. There's VWAP up here. Now, if this breaks and holds below the 200, yes, I would scalp this. Most definitely. Right now, it's trapped between these two very strong ones. So it's either got to go and break above my VWAP, which is the number one most used indicator. So I will not enter an upward trend, a long trend, unless it breaks and holds above this level. Nor will I enter a short unless it breaks and holds below the 200 MA. So right now, can I make money between these two? Yeah, I could. I am not that familiar with gasoline, know what it pays or anything. I didn't look, and I will look later. I just haven't done it. So I don't know that, and I'm sure it is, because you can see it pays on micro pennies, how much money that I could possibly, my potential of making money between these 2 points are, because I'm not familiar with it. But I will look. It pays, actually, it pays on the fourth digit. So if you look over here on the price, 2.0316. So every time this goes, like if this went from 3016, if that goes from 3016 to 3017, I make money. I don't know how much money it pays on each tick, but it does pay per on the fourth digit. So this is like currency. It pays on the fourth digit. So therefore, you have a potential to make money. Vinny, do you know off the top of your head how much one tick pays on gasoline? I have no idea. I'd have to pull it up and look, which I could find out on the website real quick. If you know what it is, DJ Vinny, or as we call him, Uncle Vinny, type that in there, would you? How much one tick's worth?
Mark,
Or,
if you click on your widget and trading view like you about to buy, bring
yeah,
up your buy tab.
yeah.
All right, now down at the bottom,
Oh,
it should tell you how much the tick
oh,
value is.
$4.20 a tick? Is that right? No way.
That
Well,
must be for a mini contract.
yeah, that's a mini. So I'm going to
Micro.
assume a micro is a tenth of that, right? Because
Yeah. So
I have,
what did it say? 420.
that'd be 42 cents a tick. Is that
Yeah.
right? Does that sound right, Vinny? 42? That's what that's saying. It does have a 20 leverage. Um, oh yeah, this is definitely a mini because it's $4,000. You need margin. So I don't know what's the symbol for the mini. Is there a
Do they
mini?
have a mini?
They have a micro. I mean,
I mean, a
uh,
micro.
gas. There's the gasoline future.
No, they don't, but I can see.
Okay, so yeah, not everybody offers everything. So apparently that's all there is to offer.
At least not a reader.
Yep. Yep. So anyway, I mean, I could trade this. I have that much in my account, so I could trade it. And that pays pretty good. I mean, if you figure it's paying on the fourth tick on the fourth digit, so every one of them go up, I'll make whatever 40 cents, right? 42 cents. Doesn't sound like a lot, but how much did this move? Let's say if I got in this EWO here, let's do some simple math. Right there to there, okay? So let's just use this line here. It's close enough for hand grenades, right? Here's my entry. And actually, my entry is right here, right? This is the candle it's on. So let's say we were so good that I got out here on this line that I drew. So that is 2.0334 minus, let's say I got here perfectly right there. That is 2.0310. That's 24 ticks times point, what did I say, 42 cents, let's say it is. All right, 24 ticks times 42 cents. That's $10 just from there to there per contract. Does that sound right? Or is that
No,
40? No,
that's
that's
not right.
40. That's $40. No, wait a minute.
$4.20 per tick.
Oh yeah, you're right. What did I say it was? How many ticks?
42 cents.
So that's,
Your decimal off.
oh yeah. But how many ticks did I say that was?
Oh gosh,
I forgot now. 34 minus 10 is 24, right? Oh, wait a minute. No, that's 34. 34 minus 31. And that's a 3. 33, 4 minus 33. It's 40 40 points that moved, ticks that moved. That's 40 times 42. That's $1,600. Are you serious, Vinny?
$4.20
Yeah, times $4.20.
per
That's
tick. Yeah.
that's $1,600 just from here to there.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Ain't no wonder
Yeah.
it's.
Well, the contract unit is 42,000 gallons, so you're moving to.
Yeah, I don't need that. I could use some of that at my house. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to definitely look at that, but it does take a lot of margin. It takes basically you have a $4,300 in your account, your margin account to trade it, but the cost of the trade is still what, $9 round trip on a on the Mini. What is it, 484, whatever it is. Okay, Vinny, I know you told me about 4 times already. I'm gonna have to check it out. But now, in the same way that is $1,600 that you could have made in, what is this, 1 minute? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18 minutes. I could have made $1,600, $1,680. If it pulls back on you, it's got the same effect, right? And you get one large pullback. So I could see you better have your charts listed out. And well, we always trade with a stop anyway, right? So, all right, I'm going to be definitely checking that out. I will have to chart that. I will definitely
Hey,
do a
Mark,
better charting. So, yes, Doug.
I'm
One of
looking
our,
at legal. If this is right, the estimated transaction fee is still only $2.90 on it.
yeah, I don't know. Is that right? Because minis I thought were, well, yeah, I thought minis were more. Well, they're actually less because you're buying one mini equals 10 micros, but you said there is no micro, right? So
Not that I can see, no.
yeah, I didn't see it pop up either while I was doing it.
And I don't even see a mini. Or, yeah, I don't even see a mini for it.
Well, that's what it's
In,
called. It's
in
if it's yeah, it's a mic.
It
Well,
should be
yeah,
RBOB gasoline main
yeah, it is. Right,
425.
right.
No, all they
Again,
got is minis. They don't have micros.
well,
So
it's not
this
even.
isn't even it's not even a mini.
But
This,
yes, it's a mini contract.
Yeah,
no,
so,
the gasoline one. Got it.
Yeah, that's a mini.
Is it?
yeah. Well, they
Yeah,
just
it's only
call it.
two contracts. It's a mini contract and a micro contract.
Yeah,
Well, they got nanos now for bigger.
nanos. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's only mini
All
and
right.
micro.
Okay, Vinny. I'll finally listen to you. I'll probably chart this out later tonight if I. Oh, I can't. I gotta go away tonight as soon as I'm done here. About an hour after we're done here, I gotta leave. A couple hours. Well, I'll see if I get it. I'll take a look at it for sure. That piqued my interest. I'll have to see. Well, what's the um, ATR on it? So it moves. It moves in .05 increments. 0.05. So 5 times 42, 42.20. That thing moves $211 in profit or loss on average at a time. Right? That's 5. It says
20.
ATR. The ATR is .0006, so it moves on every one. So 6 movements, and each
$24. $4.20. 6 ticks.
oh 420. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, six times 420. I did 42. Sorry.
Still, though, I
Still,
mean, when you look
you're
at it,
gonna move each candle on average moves $25 at a time. So how can you stomach that? What's your risk tolerance? In other words, right? Those are the little things you learn as you go. Can I afford, and then you want to make sure that you have at least a 5. If the ATR is 5 or 6, you want to actually you bump that up, right, to build a buffer. So you're actually going to put, you know, um, 8, probably an 8 or 10, right, on it. So that's even you got to give it more room to breathe, right? Because you can't just put the average because you'll get stopped out every time. So you have to build a little bit of a buffer to give it more room. So yeah, you're right, Vinny. When you compare it to other things, 10 SPY contracts, same kind of money. Um, Small accounts. This is not a small account one to be playing with. I guess I would say. Depends on your risk tolerance. But I got it on my watch list now. I just need to, even though I just showed you guys how I do a chart. I did it very quickly. I need to go back and tweak my lines, get more information on there, especially now that I know how much it moves at one time. So yeah, that sounds very tasty. So okay, am I a member? Yes, I'm a member, Vinny. Oh, you was talking about somebody else. Secure the third. What am I? What indicators I'm learning? What you see on my screen is Coach's 2.0. It's the second version, basically. Indicators, which comes with free with your paid membership. It works only in TradingView, and it works on anything we're trading. It could be, doesn't have to be gasoline. It can be anything. And what it does is it helps you decide when to get in and out of a trade. And these are all pre-built into this script that we have. It's an logarithm kind of thing, and it includes a whole bunch of different indicators. It obviously shows VWAP in the 200, then we have our other indicators. That's part of it. Um, Again, just having the simple indicators on here, you have to know what they all mean and how does it correlate with other things that's on the chart. And you put all that together with your training and education, and you can be a little bit more confident in your trades. It's not a um, guaranteed that you're going to be profitable. You have to understand how it works. But I will tell you, it does give you uh, more confidence in your trades, right? You still have to know when to get into trade and when to get out, but this does give you a lot of indications on which way. And this is customizable color wise. So I can get rid of some of these colors and stuff on here. This is just a standard way. I can get rid of these colors here real easy, So, I can get up here and change these so that doesn't show up there, right? I can go in here, get rid of line fills and all that. So this is how it comes. I can get rid of that. I can change the colors here so they're not as vivid, so that it blends in better. I can get rid of the colors altogether. So it's all customizable as far as what you see visually. But this is a script that only works with TradingView. Won't work with Webull or any other thing. So there you go. That comes with your membership in the futures, VIP and VIP Gold, and crypto memberships. Speaking of memberships, what you did when I played that earlier today, um, one of the things that he's got going on, because it is a new year, it's limited time, by the way, but you can take 25% off any new membership. So you can buy the VIP Gold, crypto, or as we're talking here, futures, which is near and dear to my heart. If you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, scroll down off the landing page, you'll see all our different offerings we have there, which we showed you earlier. Uh, Go to the futures or any of them. Of course, I'm going to tell you to go to the futures, but you can go to any one of them you like. So if you want to pay, if you want to pay monthly, you would get 25% off your first month only. Then it would renew on a normal pay. If you pay quarterly, of course, you'd get 25% off your first quarter. If you pay by 6 months, you get 25% off your first 6 months. If you pay yearly, of course, you get it for the whole year. Then next year would renew at its normal rate. So go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and use checkout, the final page before you pay, discount code 2025 2025 2025. And once you enter that and apply it, you got to make sure it applies, right? Because if you hit the click the buy button and you haven't applied that code, if you didn't actually see it drop the price 25%, well, you're going to pay full price. If you want to pay full price, that's up to you. But once you click that button, your transaction's going through. So please make sure that when you put the code in there, 2025, that you click apply so that it takes that 25% off. If not, you're going to be paying full price. No reason to do that this week. I don't know when that offering is going to go away. It could go away today. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not saying it is, but it's not going to last forever. That I can guarantee you. Um, for the crypto memberships, as a matter of fact, he's got a thing going on over there too. That's limited to the first 100, and I believe that's just about filled up. So that one may be done already, but I'm not sure. If crypto is something that interests you more, you can go there, enter the code in there, and if it doesn't work, you'll know why. So if you go to enter the code in and it doesn't work, that means the offer has been withdrawn, either due to the limited amount that it was offered to, or the offer is no longer valid. So AmericanDreamTrading.com. First thing you should do when you get there, grab that free Discord. No obligation, doesn't cost you a dime, right? You can get in there, kick the tires, interact with real members, paid members, and other free members in our stock lounges. You also get instant access to our training videos and documents. You get instant access to discounts which one of them in there is a discount off of TradingView that you can apply. It'll give you, I don't remember the percentage off your paid membership for TradingView. It's like 12, $15 a month, depending on how you pay for it. Again, we have nothing to do with TradingView. It's just its own company, its own software. There's actually even Coach is actually a Tesla owner, and because he is a Tesla owner, he's got an affiliate link in there, and I believe it's $1,000 off a new Tesla. So if you're interested in buying a new Tesla, you want $1,000 off for free by just joining our free Discord. There's a link in there for that. I think it's still there. I haven't looked in the last few days, but I believe it's $1,000 off on a Tesla. Matt Tech, got your hand up. One of our paid members. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. Do you have your Webull set up for paper trading futures?
Yes, I do. Well, as a matter of fact, when I share it, that's what I'm showing you. Here, right here, you can see it shows it right here, paper trading, and I'm on futures. You look up, when you go to paper trade, you have to click paper trade, but you also have to go in the top right hand corner and flip these things here from like stock options to futures. So you have to change it to your account up here also. So go to paper trading over on the left bar there, okay, and then make sure you go over to the top right hand corner and flip those drop down menu boxes so it says futures.
Yep, I do have that. So I set up my Turbo Trader. I got MCL main just to mess around with paper, and all the buy and sell boxes are grayed out.
Make sure you have it associated, the set by group are all the same.
Yep, did that as well.
Hey, Mark, all we can see in the Zoom is your trading guideline.
This should be your Webull here right now, you see, right?
I think you
Not
have trading view up, Mark.
trading view.
Trading view. Should that not be, can't see this here Webull? Oh yeah, you guys won't into Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, here, let me do this. I'll slide this over real quick. All right, hang on guys, I'm sliding this over so they can see. So you need, I keep forgetting to zoom here. There's your paper trading. Click that, and then over here in the top right, this has to be switched from all your different accounts that you have, right? You need to switch that to futures, and then enter your password and all that jazz, right? And then once you do that, then then you can go up here and blah blah blah, right? And you can see all that stuff. So
Yeah, but we're just talking about strictly paper trading, so you don't need your password for paper trading. But like I said, my Turbo
right.
Trader is grayed out. I can't practice paper trading right now for some reason.
Well, it still will use your live data without seeing a screenshot. Open up a help desk ticket, and maybe if you can put a screenshot in there, somebody could see what's going on with your.
Hey, Mark, I think he can share his screen with you.
Well, we don't want to do that live here, so.
Okay.
Anyway, yes. So that's how you do that. You can paper trade here, and I do have that there just in case I wanted to show paper trading on that. So, yeah, we can take a look at that later if you like.
Okay.
I won't have as much time. I see Bruno's hanging out. I don't know if he's actually there, but he is in the call. I do have to boogie eventually here, so I got to go away night for band rehearsal. So, as you can see, if you were in the NASDAQ 100 index and you would have got in on the EWO here, which happened at 142 Eastern, your entry point would have been here. Look at all this money you would have made. Boom, look at all that. Just by following Coach's 2.0 indicator. Do the math on that. How much money is that? That is a boatload of money because it pays what, $1, pays 50 cents a point or a tick. NASDAQ pay. Yeah, it pays 50 cents per 25-cent movement. So that pays you $2 for every point that this drops. That is a lot of money just for one contract. Look at that thing go. And this is where The power hour is very volatile this way. This thing is really dropping heavy. Okay, I'm sure the ES probably is too. I mean, they usually kind of run tandem a little bit, and it is. See, it's dropping. So now what could happen here, especially in power hour, is not only can it drop like a rock, when this drops down so far, it may spur buyers to come into the market and buy this on the cheap, what they consider the cheap, right? Or it may hit a level where it triggers institutional pre-program buying, right? I mean, most of these are institutional. It's not me and you moving this down like this. So it could come down here now. It could attract attention because now it's on sale from where it was an hour and a half ago, right? So it could very easily go the other way. Now the trend is down, of course. It's been down. Trend's been down practically all day, right? Just been slowly sliding down from where it started out today. So you could see it's very dangerous especially the last hour, last 10 to 15 minutes of each day as people get out of their positions or jump into new ones because they're not as expensive now. So you'll see that. Okay, that's why unless you're an experienced trader, you shouldn't really play the market at this time of the day because you can get your face ripped off and really lose a lot of money if you're not careful. However, we always trade with stops. You never trade without a stop. That protects your downside. And as you get profit, you slide your stop and lock in profits. So that's a good thing about that too. So good. Skylar Ray over on YouTube live chat says he understands the minimum requirement for futures is 500. Will that allow you to start training MES main? Yes, during the day. An ES contract, an MES micro contract costs you have to have $96.36 in your account, your margin account to trade one contract. So with a $500 contract, you could actually trade 5 contracts if you wanted. I wouldn't suggest doing that when you first start out. Only trade one. That's all you need to trade at a time. You make a boatload of money trading one, right? And it also reduces your risk. So that 500 minimum, that's a Webull requirement. You don't have to maintain 500, but you need 500 to open the account. There are brokers out there, and I'm not recommending one over the other or anything, but there are brokers out there that have lesser requirements. So if you want to stay with Webull, it's 500. And that's a good amount anyway because it allows you to trade more things. If you want to trade oil in the after hours, you'll have to have $572 in your account to be able to trade one contract of oil. So that's why I started with 700 instead of 500. So that I could trade oil one contract in the evening. So I like evening trading. Do pretty well. Last night I couldn't stand it because the volume was so low and I just quit after a while. I gave up. I just didn't want to sit there. It wasn't worth it. My time made $90. I mean, I still made $45 an hour sitting there trading on my couch. So anyway, yeah, it's during the day one contract of MES is $96.36 with Webull. I believe the Nasdaq is 122. The Russell's like 58 something per contract. So $500 minimum in there will more than cover all that. Again, that's what you have to have in your margin account, which is debited against while you're in the trade. But the minute you exit the trade, that's put back in there along with your profits. So and it's instantaneous. So you can get in and out, trade all day long, just doing that. So yeah, that's plenty. And especially starting out, you're going to be paper trading anyway till you get the feel for it. And then once you do transition based on experience to real money, you're only going to trade one contract of micros, which are inexpensive per se. It's all relative, right? Do one contract at a time forever until your account gets built up. Then you can add another contract, rinse and repeat. So you want to be careful. So yeah, now in the evening, now that $96 contract. Now you have intraday. That's the intraday. That's from 9 a.m. to 4:15 that you can trade at that amount. So you trade the S&P 500 at night it goes up 10 times. It goes up to 963. So to trade one contract of the S&P 500, it will take 963 because they are on the hook in the after hours for you trading. So yes, you have to have more money in your account to trade in the evenings. So if you have 500, you won't be able to trade um, uh, S&P 500. Now you can trade currencies. There's other things you can trade on a $500 account, but it is limited in the after hours. During the day, it won't be an issue at all. You can trade just about whatever you want within limits, of course. We just looked at gasoline. You got to have $4,000+ in your account to trade gasoline. So if you go to uh, go to Webull, it'll show you those margin requirements. It's in there. Or your broker, whatever one you're using, they'll post in there on their website how much you need to have in your account to be able to trade any one given thing. Now, the nice thing about it is one contract, really the true cost, once you have the money in your account, it's basically, you got this much credit, and you're not really, you use it, it's debited against you while you're in the trade, but once you're out of the trade, it's right back into your account. So the really true cost, once you have money in your account, is the transaction fee for each trade. Webull charges $1.45 to purchase one contract and $1.45 when you exit the contract. So your true cost of making one trade is really $2.90. That's all it costs you, right? If you do 5, right, it's $14.50 on up. So really, we did what example did I use earlier? Oh, that gasoline one, right? You could have bought one of those contracts for $2.90, and what did I say we would have made? 1,600 in that movement. That's pretty good return on your money. I mean, of course, you have to have $4,000 in your account, but that money is returned exactly, credited right back to your account instantly as soon as you exit the trade. But the true cost of making one contract trade is $2.90 round trip. So, yep, it's a fantastic thing. You don't have the like stock options. You don't have the Greeks to deal with, the degradation of time of the contract. It's very simple. If the price goes up $1, you make $1. If it drops $1, you lose $1. If it goes back up $1, you make $1. It's that simple. It's just like trading stocks in effect, right? Where if you lose on stock options, because it has Greeks and there's a lot of math involved built up in there. If it goes up $1, you can make your $1, but if it drops $1, you might have to make $2 to get that $1 back, just by the way the math works on options. Now, can you make a lot more money with the same money? Yes, the potential is there because if it shoots up or down really fast, it accelerates your earnings that you can make. And the same is true if the trade goes against you, it also accelerates your losses. So there's trade-offs on both things. It's each one has, trading stocks has its advantages, disadvantages. Trading stock options has its advantages and disadvantages. Trading futures has its, right? I love the futures because I don't have to deal with none of that. I can practically trade some of the same things and make decent money for a very low cost. So that's how that works. That's why I like it. To me, it's less riskier. Okay. But your definition of risk may be different than mine. Okay. I'm not saying the futures market is less risky. I'm not saying that. If you don't use a stop on each and every trade, and let's say I was saying I bought a long and I was thinking this was going to go up, and I walk away and I don't have a stop, and this pulls, okay, I could not only lose all the money in my account while I'm not watching, or if I didn't use a stop, and the stops work. But if I'm not watching, I could actually end up owing them money, right, and get a margin call because now I don't have that money in my account. But as long as you use stops, that reduces that issue altogether anyway. So it's not really an issue as long as you trade with stops. The risk is all on you if you don't use stops. But we don't do that at American Dream Trading because we are trained to never trade without a stop. That protects your downside, and as it goes up in value, you slide your stop up. It helps lock in your profits. So if it does pull back, at least you guarantee your profits up to your stop limit. So good. All right, Doug, thanks. He submitted his request about the different time periods in the Weeble chart. He'll let us know. All right. Any questions? And what else we got? Let's see. What do we have over YouTube live chat? Thanks for your comment there, Skylar, about that. Do we have a list of low-cost futures? Yes. For after hours, you can go to Weeble, and it will clearly state in there if you're using Weeble, it's your broker. There's a quick and handy chart there that you can pull up, and it will show you the intraday margin and the maintenance margin, which is what you need in your account to trade after hours. It'll lay it all out there. It's all organized together, and you can scroll through there and see which ones are least expensive for your account size. Really don't know that I can post links in YouTube to actually show you where that's at. I can bring it up here on my screen though and show you where that's at. Let me pop up. Let me show you the example of what it is. Second to find my bookmark. There we go. Like this baby down here. I'll show you what this is. What Weeble's website. Now your broker's obviously going to be different, but this is what Weeble. Let me get this stretched out here. You can see again, ones in Zoom. Our Zoom call won't see this. So here it is. This is the Weeble's website. It's futures margins. You can see if you want to take a snapshot. That's the actual link. It's weeble.com/futures margin rates. So to trade during the day, you have to go have what's in the day margin account to trade. And it goes through everything that Webull allows us to trade is listed here. Every broker will allow you to trade different things. What Webull allows you to trade, there might be a few of these on TOS doesn't allow you to trade. There may be things on TOS they allow you to trade that Webull doesn't. So the day margin number is what you have to have in your account to trade from 9 to, say, 9 to 4. 9 to 4:15, right? Anyway, so this shows you everything, breaks it all down, and it's all grouped over here is what they are, what they're called, right? So you can see, I can get in and trade the Canadian U.S. dollar for $55 a contract. There's your S&P 500, right? You were asking about that one contract. The S&P 500 is $96.36. That's how much you have to have in your account, okay, in your margin account. Now, if I'm trading that after hours, that's this column here. It's called the margin count, initial margin. So you have to have $1,600 in your account basically to trade this in the evening, to trade one contract, because they're on the hook all night long for your money. That's the kind of they up that. And at 9 o'clock, it goes right back down. So that's the difference. So if you look in this column here, this is be what you have to have for the evening. So you can go here and look, like, see, oil. I traded. That's why I put $700 in my account, just because I was paper trading oil and I loved it and I got real good at it. So instead of putting 500 in, I put 700 in because I know I needed 572 to trade one contract of oil. So I put a buffer in there just because of that reason. Now during the day, it's only 171 per contract. So, and I traded the snot out of oil. I refined it down to where I was getting really good at trading. So you can look through the list here and see the different prices of things. Okay, scroll down, and so if you go to their website, any broker will have a similar page on their website. So got that? That is at Weeble, www.weeble.com/futures-margin-rates. Can't see my screen to see what that's showing you. That's that. There you go. Good question. And if you go to the education and training, which is free within our Discord, Bruno and Ange and all them, they did a lot of that legwork already. You'll find that for free in our Discord. Even free members can access that information. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, go to the new members start here education section, and you'll see a lot of those charts already laid out there for you. Or you can go to the website and acquire that information on your own, just like I showed you. Good. Do you have to have that in the futures account, or it can be cash? No, futures trading is only on a margin account. There's no cash account. It's margin. Now, the nice thing about a futures margin account versus a stock margin account, you have to have $25,000, maintain $25,000 in there at all times, or you end up with a margin call. Okay, the futures, at least with Webull, does not have that requirement. It takes $500 minimum with Webull to open an account. Again, other brokers, there's some out there you can open an account for $100. Now you're not going to be able to trade much with that $100, but you can open an account, right? It's like I see Delta 2 says just starting off with Interactive Brokers. Is it a good brokerage? Yeah. Is there better? Yeah, whatever. Maybe. I do know just from hearing from other members, their fees are quite a bit higher. You'd have to look and see what they charge for futures. For Webull, it's $1.45 to $1.45 to sell. So you can compare that. So basically $2.90 round trip to purchase one contract. Now, a lot of people that use Interactive Brokers use it because they're in a different country, and Webull or whatever them are not available. So yes, Delta. So check the fees, see with it. Oh, you are in Canada. Yep. Now, Webull is available in Canada. Now, I don't know that they offer, and they've just been in Canada for the last probably, year and a half, maybe, year. So they may not offer the futures, okay? But a lot of people that have interactive brokers like them. And you'll hear horror stories about any broker, you just got to kind of read between the line. But yeah, in countries outside the U.S., you are limited on your choices. So, but Webull is available for stocks and options, but I don't know if they are available for futures. If somebody in Canada trades using Webull futures, I'd appreciate that information. I could probably Google that, but yeah, the only the negative thing I heard about Interactive Broker was their fees were really high. So even with Webull in Canada, the fees are high. So it's just a Canada thing, I guess. I don't know. But it doesn't matter what broker you use. You have to be familiar how to use their software. If there are better ones out there that you have access to, right, then go use them, right? If they have lower fees, if you're doing a lot of trading, fees can add up over time. So you might want to, try to compare apples to apples. So do what you think's best for your trading style. Yes, you have to have that money in it. It's only a margin only. Now, the nice thing about a futures margin, you don't have to have $25,000 in there. You only have to have the minimum amount in there to open an account that the broker requires. Webull, as a broker, requires $500 to open a futures account. You do not have to maintain $500 in that account. If you blow your money and you get down to $100, obviously, you're going to have a hard time trading a lot of things. So, once your account's empty, then you're done. That's the other thing. So, you don't want it to go down. So, if you do lose money, which we all lose money trading, I lose money trading. I have red trades every single day. I know very rarely do I have a 100% perfect trading day with no bad trades. In fact, I think I had 3 red trades today. I traded a little bit more often today, but I think I had 3, maybe 2 at least. Might have been 3 red trades today. Again, they were minimal because I have a stop loss, so my downside was limited. Okay, so, but you have to have, having a margin account, you don't have that $25,000 minimum requirement like you do to trade stocks and stock options, because then you'll get a margin call. You won't get that margin call with margins unless you lose your money, right? If you end up owing more than was in your account. So, and that'll never happen as long as you use stops, right? So, always trade with a stop. We have members in here continue not to use stops, or they forget to use a stop, and they end up paying a financial penalty for doing that when they lose money on a trade, and then trying to get out the other way, right? So don't be that person. Oh, look, our amazing Dawn is here. JJ Video Racks. That is Dawn. She comes on. We're live on American Dream Trading for free as an outreach to our community to show you what we do at American Dream Trading. Coach is always live from 9 to 11. We are always live 2 to 4 daily here. And then at 5 p.m. every day, also, we have what we call the aftermarket show. You go to YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. There's a link in there. You can go to the aftermarket show with Don. It's a after the market closes kind of thing. Starts at 5 Eastern time. And just hang out, chit chat, general chit chat. How'd your day go? She'll answer trading questions, right? A lot of it's talking about how our trades went, what went well, what didn't go well. Other days, Don usually has a theme that they discuss that day. Friday's usually a free for all, just kind of a more relaxed chit chat type of thing. But you never know what they're going to talk about. They'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. They'll answer any questions that you have. So it's free also. If you like, you can even join the panel. You can get up there and click the link once you're there and actually get up on the panel and interact that way. You can have your camera on or off, I guess, now. So it's nice if you have a camera so everybody can see your old purty face. I've been told I have a face for radio, and I kind of maybe agree with that, but it is what it is. So anyway, check out Don's Aftermarket Show at 5 p.m. Eastern Time daily, Monday through Friday. Easiest way to find it is through YouTube, American Dream Trading's channel. Okay. Oh, thanks for the heads up, Lord Bartos. I wasn't paying what time it was. Where do we trade crypto? We do trade crypto at American Dream Trading. You can trade crypto in the futures market. You can trade Bitcoin and Ethereum in the futures market. As a matter of fact, they just came out with a new product called the Nano Bitcoin and the Nano Ethereum. It's 1/100th of the size of a full Bitcoin trade. Matter of fact, you can trade a Nano with only $30 in your account. You can trade Bitcoin and Ethereum for $30 a contract. Anyway, we are here daily 2 to 4. Now, remember, this Thursday, the markets will be closed due to a national day of mourning for former President Jimmy Carter's state funeral. It's kind of in progress now. It's a multi-day thing. So the markets will be closed on Thursday. That means we won't be trading, nor will there be a live show on Thursday. If you never got to experience or watch a state funeral, I highly recommend it. I actually personally attended Ronald Reagan's state funeral back in the day, and they went all out. I was literally standing on the street curb. That's how close I got to see everything, and it was something to see. I don't know how fancy Carter's is going to be, but check it out. Not every day that an American president passes away, so check that out. I'm not spouting politics. It's honoring a man who served his country in his way, right? So anyway, I thank you all for coming. We will be back tomorrow, but we will not be here Thursday. Today is Tuesday. I thank you all for coming, and if you have any questions, feel free to go in our free Discord, and you can ask any questions you like there in our stock lounges, or make out even a help desk ticket, and we'll be more than happy to help you. I thank you for being here, and we will see you tomorrow. Make sure you make good memories with people you come across the rest of the day.